spraying it with some butter.
Under a gray sky, spitting misty rain.
Yeah, combine all that.
Chris Stone tends to his cooker at the Galveston County Fair.
Pork butts and a little sausage, some bacon down at the bottom.
He's surrounded by family and friends. But there's one person missing.
You know the fair, that's where my son will be, you know? This is where he would be every damn year.
His son, Chris Stone, who was named after him, was killed in the shooting at Santa Fe High School. He was just 17.
Chris was a very down-to-earth person that all he wanted to do was help.
And a year later, his sisters take comfort in knowing he died helping other students hide in a closet.
He was holding the door and he got shot through the door.
It was a Friday morning, May 18th, 2018. Most students were already in their first period class.
For Santa Fe High School, New State, school shooting, have an active shooter, several people down.
A student walked into the high school wearing a trench coat and carrying 2 guns and began shooting in an art classroom.
If you're just joining us, reports of an active shooter on the Santa Fe High School campus. The campus is on lockdown.
He killed 10 people and injured 13 others, casting the small Texas town into the national spotlight.
And I just keep thinking that I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be all over, and it didn't happen. I just think this is gonna be a bad dream, but it's not.
The first calls to police came in at 7:32 that morning. 30 minutes later, police had the shooter in custody, but there were still explosives, pipe bombs found inside the school.
Reaffirm that Subject A is detained and in custody and possible AEDs on property.
While police cars and ambulances raced to the school, Mercedes Stone, Chris's sister, was babysitting when she got word of the shooting.
Instantly, I don't know why, I just knew something happened to Chris. Like, it was a gut, terrible feeling. Like, and I still, if I think about it, I can still feel it, like, to this day.
By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Governor Greg Abbott arrived and confirmed 10 people were killed.
We come together today as we deal with one of the most heinous attacks that we've ever seen in the history of Texas schools.
But as the hours ticked by, families like the Stones were still waiting and holding on to hope. Some of Chris's family went hospital to hospital looking for him.
Oh yeah, I'm just looking for him. It's Christopher Jake Stone, and we got different middle names. Yes, I've been here, looking for him.
Back in Santa Fe, Chris's mom and other sister were at a staging area for families, but there was no sign of Chris there either.
I didn't bring up that Chris was probably a deceased until our last hospital, and that was Memorial Hermann, right? And we walked in, and on the TV, it's being on the news, 8 confirmed deceased, and I was like, there's 8 confirmed deceased, and Chris has not called us, and it's 11 o'clock.
As day turned to night, a crowd gathered in an open field 4 miles from the school to remember the victims. Friends there, too, were looking for Chris.
I'm hoping my friend's okay. That's why I'm out here. My friends are here somewhere. I'm trying to find them. I really hope he's okay. But everyone's just assuming he's gone, and I really hope that's not the case.
What's your friend's name?
Chris Stone.
As nightfall cast over the broken town, some 15 hours after those first shots were fired, Chris Stone's name was confirmed among the victims. For his sisters, part of their healing process was walking back into the school and into the art classroom where their brother died.
We would go to Chris's spot, there's a bunch of tiles missing, and it's just a lot of emotions were running then. I was still I was in the process of, I want to understand, I want to know how this happened, like who was first, just timeline. I need a timeline in my head. I'm trying to make sense of this.
But they've learned the past year how to use their frustration to fuel change.
This could never happen to anything, because it can and it will.
These sisters drove to the state capitol to fight for the maximum punishment for the shooter.
One of the biggest things that we say a lot is Chris started a fight that day, helping others. He fought against that evil violence, and we have to keep doing that.
And they're keeping tradition at the fairgrounds.
We're doing a pulled pork tonight. Turn-ins at 6 o'clock.
Doing what Chris loved. And anytime anyone asks,
oh, you're good, man. I don't mind talking about him. It's my son, you know?
They share his story over a plate of the barbecue he looked forward to every year. Grace White, KHOU, 11 News.